Hey everybody, Fishman here. Welcome to another video. This rather dirty looking little aquarium is actually quite clean from a biological point of view. And I keep it that way because this is my most productive and definitely my favorite scud and cherry shrimp culture. And it is growing to be one of my favorite live foods to feed to my fish. Now I do feed quite a variety of foods because that's always quite important. But I find that this stuff here they go crazy for. I mean, you're going to see a number of clips and a number of different tanks, and lots of different types of fish, and they're all going to be fed this, and you'll see how excited they all get. Now, one of the reasons why I keep this tank as clean as possible, even though it doesn't look like it allows me to take the culture straight out and put it into my aquariums without having to worry about polluting the tank. You do end up obviously a little extra mulm in there, but that's not an issue. The tank filters can easily take care of that. And as you'll see as this progresses, I mean, the fish really like it. Now, initially when I first got these scuds, I caught them wild locally. They're way too large. The wild ones, and probably for the next 6 months or so, pretty much all I did is I put in my aquariums because scuds are great at eating dead leaves and any kind of mulm and extra food that got stuck in corners because they go pretty much everywhere. And they would keep the tanks really nice and clean. But now, as they've been in captivity, they've adapted, and a couple of years later, they're actually a good size for even as adults to feed to most fish. These are actually half-grown guppies, and they're eating them. And that female PETA has gotten so picky now that this is her favorite food. You'll see later on as this clip progresses, there's going to be a bit of food that she picks up by accident almost, and she just spits it out because she much rather eat this. And as you can see, she's very healthy and active and doing quite fine. Now, again, I feed my cultures very well. They're fed. Actually, the funny thing is, that culture you see that looks really dirty gets the same high quality food I feed all my fish, and it gets the same water changes and everything else. It is just looking like that because I don't really worry about mechanical filtration in that tank because it's obviously not necessary. And I just let it get as green and as full of food as possible. Now, mostly I'm focusing on this male betta here for this because I actually find bettas just love this stuff. This betta, on the other hand, is not really that picky. He'll eat anything. He loves flake food as well. But like I said, it's just the attitude or the stimulus that you get from feeding these to the fish is irreplaceable. And you're going to see, there he goes. Like I said, they get really excited about this. And some of the fish coming up in the next few clips are even more so. And again, another reason why I find I really like scuds for feeding, they're extremely easy to culture. I don't do anything special to that tank. I put some hiding places in them. I put some plants. I think there's a bunch of Java moss. I think I showed you one clip on Sunday of a bunch of Java moss in my infusoria culture. That tank and the one beside it are also scud cultures, and those two plus the one I showed you at the beginning of this are my main cultures for keeping scuds. And like I said, there's really no work at all whatsoever in keeping them. Now, I said I collected these wild, and you can do so throughout North America, but there are a number of varieties. I've had a couple people comment saying that they've tried them and they have found that they eat their plants. Now, I haven't had any issues with mine, but be careful. I mean, when I first started culturing these, I only put them in one aquarium, and I had fish in there, of course, and I had plants, and I just waited to see what would happen. And as the years have gone by, like I said, they're absolutely everywhere in every aquarium. I can't clean a filter without having a bunch of scuds come out. And it does supply a little bit of surprise food for your fish. It gives them a little bit of extra stimulus, and like I said, I don't think that is the kind of thing that you can replace. Now, the next tank that's going to be coming up here is my Bosmani rainbow tank, and these guys just like I said, they are very energetic when it comes to eating these things. And I'm actually getting a fair number of fry from them now. I showed you a clip again on Sunday of a couple little ones. Now that is up into the dozens, and I am now in the process of rotating the Java moss that's in this tank with like I do is I have a batch I put in here and I take it out, put it in a tub, wait for them to hatch out, remove those and put them somewhere else. And then I rotate that Java moss, and I plan on breeding quite a few of these, and hopefully we'll see how that progresses. I'll give you an update on that on Sunday as well. But I find, again, having a little bit of stimulus of live food in with the well-balanced flake food or whatever other style of food you want to feed is a great way of conditioning fish for breeding, and it's something I highly recommend. Now, I'm going to show you one other method of doing this, and like I said, not all fish are going to be large enough to take the full-grown scuds. I don't have a real problem with just dumping a big batch of them in an aquarium and they eat what they eat and the rest just live in there. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you another method I do, and that is to use the screens I put together. So the larger adults will go into the big screen at the top, and you can see the small ones in the bottom there. So I'll just tip this over. I will squirt some water in this, and then I'll feed the larger adult scuds to the bigger fish, and then I'll show you a clip. And the ones that are going to get it are the angels that are growing out. I think they could probably handle up to sub-adults for scuds, but they really go crazy for the little ones. So we're going to see that in a few seconds. So let me know if you've tried scuds. Let me know if you've had any success with them, any sort of experience you've had whatsoever. I am quite interested in seeing and hearing from you guys on all that sort of stuff. And like I said, if you haven't tried them, I do highly recommend them. I know there's places you can actually buy them. One of the local pet stores here before all the shutdowns had some tropical scuds. Well, at least that's what they call them. I don't know if they were actually from the tropics or not, but they were actually surprised because I brought some of mine in because they wanted to culture some for their clients, and they were surprised at the size of mine. So even though I think these have gotten a little smaller, apparently there are even smaller ones. So check around and see what's available. I would actually be interested in hearing about that as well. I'm not sure I would be able to at this point culture any different sizes because, well, I mean, like they're absolutely everywhere in all my tanks. So I would have to almost sterilize one to make sure that one it didn't get contaminated. So again, I'm not too concerned about the mulm here. Mulm has lots of different little things in it anyway that is good for your fish, as long as it is healthy mulm. I should probably do a video on what that means, but for the moment we'll just say that if your water chemistry in your tank like these are healthy, it's not a big deal to have a little extra mulm in there. So just watch these guys. They just love this. And it's, like I said, it's just one of those things that really does help your fish when you're trying to grow them up well, and of course just to keep them happy. So we're getting close to the end of the video here now. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know in the comments section below anything you would like to see, or of course what you thought of this. So thanks again for watching. I will see you in the next video, and bye for now.